So now our next speaker for the day is none other than Mr. Gyanendra Narayan Pati, who shall be talking about optimizing customer experience through 360-degree digital transformation, collaboration between humans and machines. So, Mr. Gyanendra Narayan Pati is also the Global Head of Marketing and Communications of Acuity Knowledge Partners. He is the Senior Director and also he possesses around 20 plus years of expertise in driving high performance marketing and corporate communications. He has excelled in global customer acquisition, branding, digital transformation and fostering inclusive workplace cultures with prior leadership roles at Moody's, Infosys and Hewlett Packard. So can we please give him a huge round of applause before he starts the session. Thank you so much.
And AI, rightly pointed out by Sandeep, and that there is customers. And of course, we're going to talk about the paradigm shift that has happened and the way Sandeep also has mentioned. We reimagined customer experience. All of us, whether you are users, practitioners, or providers of technology, we all have experienced these things that have gone through. So before I kick off my presentation, I will talk a little bit about what I do in our company and what my company does. I work with Acuity Knowledge Partners. We've been in the business for about 2 decades right now. Data analytics and research in financial services and banking is what we do primarily. We do not sell in India. Our customers are primarily based in North America and Europe, bits of Asia and Middle East. We cater to hedge funds, asset managers, private equity, commercial banks, investment banks. It's largely regulated space. You would see banking adopting a lot of technology. They are always in the forefront. They're always in the forefront in terms of customer service as well. So from an adoption point of view, from users' point of view, on one side it is highly regulated, on another side they are actually the definers in terms of technology. So catering to them and again leading marketing for this organization where we cater to high value customers where the sales cycle is somewhere between 6 months, 8 months, 12 months or probably longer. You can imagine the problem that me and my team have to go through in terms of providing a holistic customer experience to ensure that we not only gain customers, not only win those new logos every single year, we are able to retain them. So I'll talk about a little bit of the story. So just to set the expectation, I'm not going to talk about any algorithms. I'm not going to talk about any kind of technology. I'm going to purely talk about from a user point of view. And hopefully, it'll sort of resonate with some of you who are already going through the same experience as well. All right, so what has happened in the last 2 decades? Paradigm shift, right? From high touch to digital touch is what we are seeing right now. At the comfort of our home, you get everything delivered. Some of you, I can ask some of you who all are carrying cash in a wallet. I'm carrying some because my wife wanted me to draw some cash, so I have some cash in my wallet, but not many of us carry, right? And from this simple example to any other example talking about airline ticket booking or healthcare or retail or probably interacting with your customers, things have changed drastically over this last 20 years. So it is as simple as your customers are as loyal to you as it is like downloading your app and uninstalling those apps. So what does business need to do in this high competitive environment where loyalty is the most prized position? How do you ensure that you're able to not only just gain those customers but retain them through the journey, through the life cycle, and help your business grow as well? So why is it important? What are we looking at? Again, I talked about the last 2 decades. Customers have got a lot of options in their hand. They're very powerful right now. They have got switching cost is as easy as nothing actually. There is always competition knocking at the door saying that they will offer products and solutions and services at far more marginal price point than what you are offering. So what is that incremental value that anyone is providing for the customer to stick around with them? Application of those technologies, application of those processes are a lot important. In the same way also business has evolved quite a lot in the last 2 decades. We've got more data in our hand right now than we had 2 decades back or probably a decade back. The form and format of this data is also quite diversified. Now we have to look a lot more inside and internal to ensure, are we really doing justice in terms of our vision? Are we looking at technology? Are we making the right investment? Are we having the right set of people who would help us achieve those visions, those goals? So those are important questions that all leaders from CXO to the decision makers to the frontline staff, they all need to do. And we have to do that collaboratively. It's very, very important that the vision from the top is cascaded down all the way to the bottom level where everybody is aligned towards those vision, everybody is aligned towards the end customers and the end consumers. So customer experience is not just a choice, it is relevant for viability of business is what I wanted to say is the key takeaway from this slide. So we all want that thumbs up from our customers, we all want that referral, we want that loyalty from them, and for the larger sustainability of the business, it is very, very important. So to begin, and as I was saying, I'm not going to talk about any algorithms. Let me set the context for the rest of the day and probably tomorrow also. What does really customer experience means? The definition would vary for different companies. It come from different industries, from healthcare to retail to airline to any other consumer goods to technology. How do you really define those? Creating digitized, automated, personalized, and predictive experience. We do not have to really do the mailing back and forth with our customers. We really want to give them a better experience in finding you first of all. So the digital touch points are more relevant than ever. As Naveen, Sandeep, highlighted, face-to-face interactions, and as I said, when we cater to investment banks and larger private equity, and when they are sitting comfortably at the home, we do not get a face-to-face meeting. But from a marketing point of view, I am seeing increased interaction and engagement on our website since the onset of pandemic. It was already there before pandemic, but it has reached to the highest level through the pandemic and now. That is, I do not expect that it is going to go back to those days again. Digital touch points are going to create the best experience. So how do you really give them the personalized experience when they come to your website or when they are interacting with your frontline sales staff, or for that matter, when they are interacting with your analyst or the service delivery and then the delivery staff who are interacting with them every single day. So what does it all lead to when you create a holistic customer experience? Brand loyalty, revenue growth, retention, referrals, word of mouth, expansion of business, expansion into new markets, expansion into newer service lines, cross-sell, upsell, and of course, it all leads to higher growth, EBITDA, profitability, and viability of the business. So this is how I look at defining customer experience in a holistic manner. It has to be predictive. Customer need to know what they can expect from you when they are reaching out. It is not just only the pre-sales touch points, it is the sales touch point, it is the post-sales touch points. How do you do the onboarding and the steady state? How do you resolve their queries as they get along through the journey in terms of using your services and products? Those are all important aspects. Personalization, extremely, extremely important. When we send out emails to roughly about 250,000 email IDs that we have in our database, we ensure that I'm not sending a ESG solution package to someone who is dealing with something else, say for example, merger and acquisitions. I have to send the ESG package to people who are looking at ESG only. At the same time, you would be receiving a lot of calls from different banks selling you mortgage solutions, overdraft solutions. Do you really need that? Maybe some degree of data digging, data analysis is required when they all call you. They obviously have the job of calling as many customers as possible. But if you look at from a credit card to a personal loan, to for that matter, anything that you are availing from an insurance point of view or any other service that you are looking at, understanding the customer is most important. Not only you are killing a customer by giving bad experience, but the timing is bad as well. So you probably end up losing a customer for the entire life and they would not probably come back. So all of those things comes together when we are providing this experience. And automated, of course, we talk about when they land to your website and they look at a particular solution, and how do you really initiate engagement with them, whether it is chatbot, whether it is anything else for that matter, how do you really define the experience for them? Moving on. So This is probably the cornerstone for any marketeer to look at every single day, to look at the customer journey and looking at your own maturity over the customer journey. How do you really adopt technology across these touch points? From the first touch to the last touch to loyalty, ensuring lifetime loyalty is very, very difficult. So these tools that are available for each single touch point are very, very important. So I wanted to show this, and then I will come back probably again to this, because a whole lot of things are defined under this. All of us, whichever industry we are, whichever life stage we are in terms of the overall go-to-market, we all mostly use some of this technology, some of these tools, and it has been redefined in the way we are looking at data right now. All right, so where does the problem really begins? As I said, we have to look a lot within. So this is a HBR finding, which says that 70% of the companies focus on 70% of the challenges are residing in internal processes. We do not have the KPIs well defined. So you may have a remarkable product, but if you have not looked at internal processes, if you are not looking at how you are aligning your people to the overall KPIs, there will be huge amount of dissonance, there will be huge amount of confusion. Are your employees satisfied? Are they using those technologies themselves, which they are supposed to, in terms of making them efficient in terms of their service delivery? Those are important questions to ask as well. So people aspect is very, very important. And there is, of course, through the day-to-day, there'll be presentations where you would hear about the confluence of people and technology. How does that really come together to provide the best customer experience? 20% is the challenge in terms of data. I have got tons of data from the website, got tons of data from the campaigns that we do. We get tons of data from social media engagement. We've got tons of data coming in from the sales team. We've got tons of data coming in from our delivery folks. Am I using those data in a smart manner? Do I even have the technology to be able to look into those data in the best possible manner? What does your competition looking at in terms of data? How do you analyze your competitive data? How do you benchmark yourself against the industry data? So solving the data problem is a big challenge, and that is where 20% of the problem, or if you say crossing the chasm, most of the companies fail in the 70% and 20%. Technology, as per HBR, is the least problem because it is easy to go and buy. When you have tons of cash in the bank, you can easily go and onboard those technologies. You can have tons of technologies. Are these technologies deployed in the right way? Have we trained our people to use those technologies in the right way? We'll give example of Salesforce, enterprise CRM. We'll talk about any other enterprise technology which is there. These are not simple mobile apps where you log in and do things. You need to really go deep inside, understand the nuances of this technology. How does this technology help in terms of segregating the customer? What does this data tell you really? So technology sits on top of everything. It helps you to amplify, it helps to accelerate your overall customer experience by using this data and getting the right insights that you can use to not only just craft your strategy, but probably, and a lot more actually in terms of making your tactical plans, making those pivots, making those changes which is required in terms of ensuring that your customer gets what they have come there for, and probably more than they are expecting. So cross-selling and upselling plays a huge, technology plays a huge part in overall cross-selling and upselling as well. Right, so when we become obsessed with any of these processes, whether it is our own myopic view about technology or about how great we are in terms of the company and how many customers we have, and we forget about the customer, that is when we start deviating from the larger goal in terms of being customer-centric. So adopting technology, adopting processes, having the KPIs aligned towards the end customer and consumer is the most important thing. Relationship building. We are so busy selling, we forget to build relationships. When was the last time you actually heard from one of those technology providers who you have been using for maybe 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? Do they reach out to you to talk about what more they have? Does your sales team or the front frontline team has the time to go back to some of the customers to check how they have evolved over this period. How can you and them come and co-create better solutions for their end customers? These are things which always impact the larger goal of customer experience. There are so many points here, I can go one after another, but I see that I have got about 1 minute left in my presentation, so I'll go quickly on that. Anyway, so let's move on. So looking at the overall customer experience, what I really wanted to say, there are two parts to this. On one side, you can see from CRM to robotics to automation, campaign management to data, there is everything which is there, Internet of Things, and so on and so forth. These are from a technology point of view, and then there is something from a strategy point of view. Your front end and back end really need to work together, gel together very well. Getting the data from the bottom of the pyramid to the top of the pyramid where the strategy happens is very, very important. Gathering customer feedback is very important. Rewarding loyalty for customers, rewarding loyalty for employees is equally important as well. And we are talking about putting everything together in the context in a bespoke manner. Gone are those days where you can sell generic solutions, offer generic capabilities and answers to your customers. Those days are gone actually. There is a lot more bespoke. So when we interact with our customers who do not have a minute to spare and expecting them to give you 30 minutes to pitch your services and solutions is a very high expectation. So how do we really go to them in the first minute, first second, strike the chord in terms of what is required for them? So analyzing those information, those data points to already be prepared to go and have a meaningful conversation is very, very important. So technology stack can be built with the right set of people. We always believe, we always understand, I have believed that as well. And I'll show you that evidences of how I have done that. I have got the data for it, I've got those success factors for it. I do not enjoy the privileges just by burning the cash that has been given by the management. We truly provide those returns to the business. This is one of the slides that I quickly picked up and added here. This is in line with the customer journey that I was talking about. What you can see here is there is a whole lot of technology across different digital touch points of the customer journey, from awareness, consideration to decision to ensuring loyalty. We're using a lot of this. Now you can imagine the kind of people that I need to have in my team and the kind of knowledge base that I need to create to ensure that all this technology, all these benefits are used in the proper way. This is otherwise a waste of money, spending millions of dollars, parking into different technology and not using those. So while you had a good snapshot of this, let me talk about what we have got. Just from the marketing point of view, and I forgot to mention, so we are valued as a $1 billion company with Permira coming in as our private equity partner. This marketing team has not done things overnight. Over the last several years, from the very beginning where we had nearly about zero budget to a couple of $1 million that we have right now, we have consistently delivered the ROI, 18 to 20x ROI, nearly about 15% of new sales every year, onboarding the largest number of logos to the business from the marketing side. Now what more a CEO can expect? Great customer experience, great affinity, and ensuring that the customer stays with you. Customer retention rate, 98% customer retention rate. And I'm not talking about the pandemic where customers stuck with you and they didn't leave they didn't discontinue the business with you. Through the pandemic and after the pandemic, we have continued to retain all our customers. And what you can see here is not just ROI in terms of gaining those dollars and EBITDA, we're also ensuring that we reduce our overall cost in terms of campaigns. So brand loyalty is increasing as well. Right, so just the last slide and less talk and more in action. It is always about the customer journey, defining and understanding your customers' aspirations through the journey. Everyone is responsible for customer experience, from your CEO to the senior decision makers to every single, whether frontline, front end or back end staff, everybody is responsible for customer experience. Your analysts who are delivering day to day services to your customers, to the call center executive who is calling a customer for a banking related issue or a credit card related issue, all of them are working towards customer satisfaction and customer experience. And of course, the right people, right technology, digital experience. We have digital experience manager. Just wanted to emphasize on this point before I close. If you do not have designated, dedicated, experienced individuals who understand the overall customer success vision and are able to get people together across the organization, it is very difficult to embark on a successful digital customer experience journey. So that brings me to the end of my presentation. I kept it high level as I promised. I didn't talk about algorithms as I promised. I can take one or two questions if you allow.